Hello and welcome back to Gay by Gay. We have a bonus episode for you today.
Woo!
Okay, so over the last week, Aaliyah, Charlie, and I all took the Enneagram personality tests. So we thought it would be fun to do just kind of a little bit of a comparison in between to see what, each of our, strongest characteristics are and what this actually means. So we're going to go a little bit more in depth.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, I thought my episode was going to be very short, and it ended up being the longest
almost
one.
like an hour long. Well,
because I rant.
You like to analyze.
I guess it makes sense that I ended up being the skeptic. It's literally one of the things in there.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of get into that. So, Aaliyah, we did yours first.
Yes.
So you were primary type 2, correct?
Yes.
Primary type 2 is the giver. So let's see here. What does this say? Defining characteristics of Enneagram type 2. Warm smile and eyes.
Wow.
Accurate.
Wow.
Approachable kindness radiates.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
Vocal volunteer or activist. Very accurate. Excellent team player. Oh, yeah. Caring and gentle.
Yep.
Nurturing and patient. Smooth flowing movements. I mean, only when you're doing lyrical.
Yeah.
When you're doing modern, on the other hand.
Yeah, well, that's the point.
But actually, I feel like those defining characteristics are very
Really?
accurate to you.
Strange.
Very accurate to you.
I feel seen.
I feel seen.
They know me.
They know. So what are givers like? Givers are highly empathetic and caring individuals who put others' needs above their own.
Yep.
Very accurate. They have intuitive abilities to anticipate the emotional gaps of others and support them. They find great joy in being available and are seen as a source of encouragement or a shoulder to cry on. Through thick and thin, they're ride or die companion and friend. Usually open and popular, givers find themselves in a variety of groups and are liked by many.
Yep.
Their encouraging and supportive nature draws people from all stages of their lives.
Oh,
Yes.
That is very accurate
makes
to you.
me
That's
sound so nice.
I was gonna say,
You are
that's like
nice.
eerily accurate to you.
Yeah.
Weird. What are the giver's core values? A strong sense of meaning, acknowledgement from loved ones, and emotional intimacy with others are givers' grounding principles. Would you agree with that? Would you agree that you stand by those principles?
I think so.
Altruism holds a strong place in their hearts, and they readily go out of their way to volunteer their time and energy to bring others up. I would say that that's accurate.
Me too.
Kindness and
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity. Oh, how did you get that before?
It's in a song or something.
That is how you would know that, isn't it? I like how even my brain
Oh, it's in
failed a little bit there.
what that song from Chicago?
Oh,
When You're Good to Mama.
Yeah.
That's the song.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I see why you knew it.
Mama.
I'm so tired today. My brain is failing me. I'm stumbling over all my words.
Aaliyah, that says something.
Ask the girls. I had a moment earlier while I was making coffee. I could not say one particular sentence.
Oh
I
my
probably
God.
restarted
Yeah.
6 times.
The bleeding is internal.
The
for
bleeding
Abby.
is so internal that I'm
Yes.
pretty sure it's coming out of my nose, ears, and eyes today.
Yeah.
It's leaking.
the
It's just
the
leaking out.
the blood clot has
Yeah.
moved throughout my brain, and it is causing severe
traveling.
damage today. It's traveling. It's traveling. Okay, so kindness and reciprocity are the guiding values for their decisions. To improve someone else's life or mood is an immeasurable times better at...
Oh.
Do you see what I mean? Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
To improve someone else's life or mood is an immeasurable times... No, it is. It's just written badly here. This is not my fault.
Let me read it.
This is not
Where
my
it?
fault.
Where is it?
Right here.
To improve someone else's life or mood is an immeasurable times,
It's not me. It's not me.
It shouldn't be an, is immeasurable
Yes,
times
it's not
better
me.
than anything else.
Not obvious.
That was not my blood clot.
Why is that true?
It's not traveling
That's
this time.
very true, though. That's why
It is very true. But yes, the shared experience of spending quality time with a loved one is among the best feeling in the world to the giver.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Even today. Last day we saw each other was Thursday. It's a Monday today. The first thing Aaliyah says to me when I walk in is, I missed you. I looked at her and I was like, Aaliyah, I saw you on Thursday. And she goes, but I missed you.
Yeah, I miss
This-
everyone.
This is just so accurate to you.
I spend a lot of time with people in general.
Ooh, this would be a good one for us, Charlie.
Yeah.
How can I recognize a type 2? In public, oh boy. In public, givers are the people that strangers are naturally drawn to for directions or advice.
I mean,
I feel like you are more approachable,
Yeah.
especially because I feel like Charlie's approachable. I feel like I keep people away.
yeah, you are scary.
I am like the opposite. Like
Yeah.
I am stomping around like
So,
Miranda
yeah.
Priestley from like The Devil Wears Prada.
That's why I like going out with you because no one talks to us.
everybody leaves us alone.
Yeah.
I am a very intimidating person.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm Morticia Adams, where people are like, oh, she's kind of pretty, but she's kind of fucking scary.
Yeah.
Man.
No, I don't think I want to go over there. They possess a strong aura of approachability. Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. They're highly attuned to the needs of others and can be seen as the mother or father figure of a group of friends. I would agree.
I would agree, yeah.
I think the thing is, I tend to take over the mother figure of
Yeah.
our particular group,
Yeah.
but I think that's mainly because I'm older and because I'm a worrywart.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to your individual friend groups, you're absolutely the mother type because
Yeah,
you
definitely.
always make sure that you have
Sometimes.
medications because what if
Yeah.
someone gets sick
Yeah.
or you're like, do you need money for that? Do you need a
Yeah.
ride somewhere? Let me
Yeah.
give you a ride. Like
Yeah,
that
that's
is much
me.
more you.
Even if you
I think.
hate them, you're just
True.
Like,
Yeah, very
Oh,
much so. I think I
God.
just overpower you because I'm older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think realistically, you are the mother type
Yeah.
of your friend groups. At home or alone, they continually make an effort to keep in touch with loved ones.
Yep.
Very
Yeah.
true. You're always the first to text me.
Sure.
Always.
Yeah.
Whether that's through homemade dishes, tender words, or surprise gifts, you love giving cards.
I
Yeah.
love cards. I
Aaliyah
love
loves
getting
giving
cards. I
cards.
love giving cards. I just bought new cards this week.
I am not surprised. This is what I mean. Like, this is accurate.
I know.
They're attuned to others' love languages and enjoy putting a smile on their face. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I
Oh,
am a
yeah.
clown.
Yeah.
What are givers like under different levels of health? At healthy levels, givers are selfless caregivers who are fulfilled by freely giving unconditional love. They're comfortable with sharing their own needs to others and secure a healthy give and take balance.
Yeah.
The blood clot.
Yeah.
It's bad. They acknowledge when others require distance and develop secure attachment styles. They're able to practice mindfulness and understand the meaning of altruism. They recognize their own
I
self-worth.
do not understand that meaning.
Altruism?
Yeah.
Giving freely to others.
You know what it means, but you just don't know
It's
what
like
it means.
being a philanthropist, kind
Yeah.
of.
Also a big word.
Oh, dear. Well, the bleeding may be internal for me, but I think the blood for Aaliyah is just never stopping torrents. Like, it's not even a blood clot at this point. It's just a hole in your head.
It's the meth in the air in this city.
It's the meth here in Gotham City here.
Yeah.
Good old Gotham City. Where was I reading? Oh, God. They recognize their own self-worth and can gently guide others towards theirs as well. I feel like that
Yeah.
is maybe a little inaccurate to you.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you underestimate your self-worth.
Yeah. Me.
Okay. Yeah.
But like,
But I feel like that's not due to your nature. I feel like that's due to you as a person and
Yeah.
your personal traumas.
Yeah.
So I feel like if it hadn't been for that, maybe you would have turned out more this way.
maybe.
And that's not even necessarily true when I think about it. You doubt yourself when you're on your own, but whenever you're with a group of people, you're a lot more secure within
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's interesting. On your own, it's almost like your personality starts to recede, but when
Yeah.
you're with others, your true
It's
personality
because I
comes out.
feel like that's because I'm a lot of an extrovert.
Yeah, but that's interesting. I never even thought
If
about
I'm
that.
not with people, who am I?
That's
Who's
fair.
me.
Givers understand the meaning of empathy and are able to have genuine heart-to-heart connections with others.
I think
Accurate.
that's true.
At average levels of health, givers assume the martyr role in relationships and constantly seek ways to feel important by attending to others' needs. Yes.
Yep.
Aaliyah, you're being attacked right
I've
now.
been called out.
You're being attacked right now. They feel fulfilled when others remind them how grateful they are to have them in their lives and work hard to maintain this image of constantly being and work hard to maintain this image of the constantly accessible friend. Aaliyah, do you want to take over reading for a minute?
Yeah.
I have to go and take care of this stroke that I'm having. Coffee.
They feel
continue.
fulfilled when others remind them how grateful
Yeah,
they are to have them in their lives. Work hard to maintain this image of the constantly
She can't do it either. It's not
accessible
me.
friend. I got it.
It's just a lot of words.
It
Okay,
is
guys,
a lot of
it's a lot of words.
By continuously attending to others' needs, givers may burn out and overcompensate for their energy levels. Is that
Yes.
true?
Is that true?
Is that true? Yes.
They may use flattery or compliments in order to gain acceptance and appreciation within a community or relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm being called out. They're hypersensitive to the approval and appraisal of others, especially those they truly care about. Wow.
Aaliyah, I have never heard a more true statement about you
Oh my
when you're having a private lesson with me in my life. This is you in a sentence.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That is you in a sentence.
Hey.
Aaliyah in a nutshell.
Okay.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. This is going to call me out.
Oh yeah.
At unhealthy
Because that was
levels.
average levels. Unhealthy
Yeah.
levels. Like, girl, you're about to get slandered and thrown under the bus.
Givers fall into a pit of self-despair and criticism, constantly looking for others' faults and wrongdoings.
Here's the thing. I feel like you don't look for others' faults and
I use
wrongdoings.
for my own.
You literally just search for, like, you pick yourself apart.
True.
But I have to wonder if that's also because you're part of the perfectionist.
Yeah.
So I feel like you just, like, twist it a little bit so that you pick yourself apart.
Like, you'll be like,
but that is accurate. Like, that whole falling into a pit of self-despair and criticism,
definitely.
That's you too.
like, you just search for things when you're, like, really younger. And you're
This
just like,
this one's hard because, like, I try to hide my faults.
Yeah.
So we might not.
Perfectionist, right?
Yeah. We might not read this, and you guys will probably go, "Oh, I don't know if I see that. I see it."
Yeah.
I know my deepest,
It's very
darkest
accurate.
personality stuff. They try to gain control over relationships and may become either overly clingy or overbearing. I think that could be true.
To the average person, maybe. I think the thing is that Charlie and I don't mind,
No.
so we don't view it that
You like
way.
people too.
I know when you need something, Charlie and I are more than happy to be there, so I feel like you don't need to get called
I think
we make ourselves available.
Yeah.
I'm like, I hang around a lot more.
You
than
do.
The usual person.
When you're struggling, you'll show up a lot earlier
Yeah.
and stay a lot later because you're running.
Yeah. There's now an excuse for their every action, and they play the victim card in order to gain sympathy and reassurance.
I don't agree with that.
No?
You're too self-critical, but again, I think that's the perfectionist.
You're too,
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to explain it.
You go
just-
even harder on yourself.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, pointing out other people's flaws, you dig at your own even harder.
Yeah. You don't play the victim.
No, not at all. You're never the victim in your own mind. Sometimes I have to remind you
Yeah.
that you are the victim in some
You
cases.
think it's, like, your fault.
Yeah, you self-blame constantly.
Oh, of course. Finally, they unleash their manipulative side and mindlessly blame other people for their suffering and misery.
Inaccurate.
Hey, maybe sometimes.
Sometimes, but not all
I feel
the
like anybody can sometimes,
Yeah,
but
true.
realistically, I would disagree with that for you.
Ooh, givers base their self-worth on the opinions of those they've helped.
Yes.
And if received with criticism, they wallow in despair and develop various forms of physical illness, aches, fevers, and nausea.
Okay, that
my
was
God.
pretty accurate. That last part was pretty
wallow in
accurate.
despair.
They wallow in despair. That is Aaliyah. If I give Aaliyah okay, here's a fun story for you folks. There was one time at a competition where we had a bit of a rough run, and Aaliyah came off stage from the end of this routine, and she came off stage and she was crying, and I went, "What's going on? What's wrong with you?" And she looks up at me and goes, "Abby, I rolled the wrong way on stage." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She said, "I rolled the wrong way." And this girl had almost a full-on mental breakdown because she was so worried about how I was going to judge her, because she was like, "Abby, you gave me the lead in this routine, you gave me this important role, and I let you down because I rolled the wrong way." And I was like, "Aaliyah, you were the lead. Do you really think the judges noticed? They probably thought, oh, she's the lead. She's supposed to go."
I think it was All You Leave Behind or
Yeah,
something.
All You Leave Behind.
God damn it.
And I was like, "Aaliyah, you were the feature.
Yeah.
They probably think that we did that on purpose. Don't freak out about it." And you were just so devastated because you were like, "It doesn't matter what the judges think. It matters because I let you down." And I was like,
God.
"Girl, calm down.
My
You rolled to the left
devastation.
instead of the right."
My devastation is real.
It was real that day. Like, you were ready to, like, huck your entire body into a garbage can, and you were ready to live in that garbage can for the rest of your days. You were like, "This is where I belong, in the trash." And I was like, "Calm down."
Anytime I make a mistake, it's just like, leave me to die.
It's the end of the world to you.
It is the end of my world.
But I feel like the giver type was very accurate to you. It called out a lot of your positives and quite a few of your negatives.
Yeah.
There were a few things that I disagreed with. But again, I have to wonder if that's because no one person, because don't forget, it says that you were, like, what, 98% accurate or something like that? Like, it was very high up. But, of course, there's a 2% leeway where it's not going to be accurate to you. So I think we found that 2%. Yeah. So, Charlie, your main type was type 8. You were the challenger.
I think you got, like, a 99 for that.
You were very high
close.
up. So here's Charlie's. Defining characteristics of Enneagram Type 8. Independent and self-sufficient. Yes. Fierce and certain look. Yes. Determination and stamina. Yes. Very energetic and busy. Yes. Fiery passions and power. Yes. Stubborn and headstrong.
Oh,
yes. Serious about control over environment. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. What are challengers like? Goal-oriented and self-competent, challengers trailblaze boldly through all walks of life and take great pride in their independence and sharp minds.
Yeah.
They hold their heads up high and will pick themselves right back up after each stumble, stronger than before. Yes. As children, they may have been called bossy by peers.
I get called bossy quite a bit.
Yeah. They typically take charge during group projects. Oh, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, you would not believe. Or meetings and find themselves at ease in leadership positions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
The opinions of others will have absolutely no effect on their standings upon an issue, as they pride themselves on being fully capable and self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Yes, this is very accurate to you.
It is.
Because I know, even for you, even when it comes to dance, you
Yeah.
very much take that leadership
Yeah.
role where you will look at people and be like, oh, hey, do you want to practice our trio right now? And if the other girls give you a look, you will just,
I will like stare at them.
you will continue to stare at them and be like,
Come on, man.
I think we
Come on,
should
guys.
practice
Come on.
the trio right
Yeah.
now. And, like, you will wait until they respond to you. Like, you are
Like, they'll
absolutely.
say no, and I'll be like, why? They'll be
Yeah,
like,
why not?
I'm just not really feeling it right. I'm like, okay, well, we'll do it when you feel like it.
Yeah,
It has to be in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that is absolutely you. That is very accurate. What are the challengers' core values? Competence, influence, power, and control. Challengers crave respect as opposed to status or being liked by the group. Would you agree
Yeah.
with that, Charlie?
No.
'Cause
I
I feel
don't care
like
if I'm liked
I was-
by the group. Well, if it's you guys.
I don't think you care if you're gonna be liked. I think you desire to be respected, though.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what this is saying.
Respect, yeah.
Because it's saying that you would rather be respected
Oh, as
instead
opposed-
of being
yeah,
liked by the
okay,
group.
yeah,
Like, I feel like
definitely.
that's very accurate. Challengers are set to make an impact and won't back down. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
They pride themselves on their strength, honesty, and the truth. Oh, yes. You
Yeah.
are a very blunt and honest person.
Yeah.
Challengers also possess an extremely strong inner sense of justice.
Oh,
Yeah. Loyalty also plays a major role in the challenger's value system.
Yeah.
That is very true. You are one of the most loyal people
Yeah.
I've ever met in my life. They're devoted to those who have proven themselves over time and will stand by them until the end, through hell and high water. That is
Yeah.
insanely true.
Call
When
me
danger
out.
comes and their loved ones are in trouble, the challenger will confidently stretch their wings to protect them.
Yeah.
So accurate.
Yeah.
You are the protector
Yeah.
type. That is so true. Because I know, like, there have been a number of times where you have been ready to throw down
Yeah.
to protect somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there is no doubt in my mind you are a very peaceful person.
Yeah.
But if it came down to
Like-
it, you would throw hands.
Like, I don't like fighting. I think there's no point to it. But if it's over someone like I love, like one of you guys or something, I'll be like,
You'll be ready
What?
to go. You will be ready to go. How do I recognize a type 8? Naturally accustomed to leadership roles, the challenger makes their presence known and carries an aura of confidence and self-assuredness in their speech and walk. Yes. Especially when this girl gets on stage,
Yeah.
like, you would never know that she wasn't, like, a 9-year veteran. They typically believe in the mantra of creating your own luck and work very hard to make things happen, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Accurate.
It's calling me out.
Challengers are ruthlessly independent and are unafraid of confrontation, which can get them into major trouble at times.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
with your sibling. You with
Yeah.
your sister. They naturally butt heads with authority, especially when met with the classic, you must do this because I told you so.
Oh my God.
That is you and your mother in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
I'm like, but why? And she's like, because I said so. I'm like, but why?
This is so accurate. Respect is earned through reason and competency, not through age or status. Girl.
How many times have I said if you want to be respected, then you need to give the same amount of respect to that person?
Yeah.
This is you.
Yeah.
And, oh man, this is accurate. All right, so what are challengers like under different levels of health? At healthy levels, challengers can be champion of ideas for those who are oppressed. Do you back the underdog?
I don't know.
If they're right.
Yeah. If I
Interesting.
think they're right, then yeah. But
Woo.
like, if I
They're-
don't, then I'm like, no.
They're strong and confident leaders who can be the backbone and driving force for causes and communities. Yes.
Yeah.
Even though you don't really have a backbone,
Yeah.
but you have a metaphorical backbone
Yeah.
because your physical
It's
one
kind
is
of
like
fair.
your physical
It's like,
one.
ooh.
Charlie's physical back has left the chat, and it
Yeah.
left the chat when the aliens dropped her off on
Yeah.
the planet.
Literally just like a thing of sponge.
It is. It's very interesting because often I will release pressure in the girls' backs by cracking their back very lightly, the same way a chiropractor does. And before anyone gets on my case, I go to a very good chiropractor, and he has taught me how to do this properly. So don't at me being like, you're going to hurt them. I do know what I'm doing. I was shown by an actual chiropractor myself. Charlie's back doesn't do this. It just moves inwards. It is one of the
Ugh.
weirdest feelings. It feels like pushing on memory foam.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Usually the only one that can crack their back like by themselves is me because I just have different ways of doing it. They're
Yeah.
like watching me like
Yeah. So your backbone may have left, but you have a metaphorical one big enough to make up for the physical one that you
Yeah.
lack.
Exactly.
Their energy and commitment to improve upon society and themselves blossoms into new gardens where challengers can sow their seeds with care. To close friends and family members, challengers are generous and intensely loving individuals who freely offer refuge and advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. When they learn to develop their caring side, gratitude and joy emerges from their core selves. With this newfound sense of tenderness, challengers become aware of others' needs and will freely drop the tough persona. Yes.
Yeah.
Your tough persona leaves the second you get into the room with us.
Yeah.
Aaliyah, do you want to take this next one? Because
Yeah.
I feel the blood clot, like,
Yeah.
forming again, and I'm like, no. I was like, did you hear me fighting against
Yeah.
it? And I was like, stop.
That was a good fight. You did a good job.
I fought that blood clot,
Okay.
but it's taken over.
At average levels, challengers are competitive and may view friendships or business relations as a battlefield.
Yes.
Yeah.
We used to dance with a young lady, we'll call her S.
Yeah.
You got so intensely competitive with
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Even though you were younger and had less experience, you were ready to take that girl
Yeah.
out of the knees.
Yeah.
It was scary.
That's different because I'm not like that with you. I just
No.
I'm like, I don't.
But
even,
we love each other. We create
Yeah.
space for each other. S did not create space
No, she
for
just-
any of us.
was
No.
ready to throw me off of like the building.
They're assertive and stubborn, but also self-confident and competent. During their downtime, they critically evaluate their actions and work towards self-improvement.
Yeah,
Do you?
yeah.
They avoid showing vulnerability, which can be a roadblock for connection and intimacy.
You only show your vulnerability in front of very specific
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, Aaliyah and I know you, and we know your vulnerable side.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the other girls, I feel like you do absolutely put up a front. It's
Oh,
that
yeah.
leader of the
Yeah.
pack sort of thing where you're like, I'm not going to show the others that I'm shaken. Otherwise, they're going to shake in their
If
boots
Yeah.
there's like times where I just can't handle it anymore, but then other times I'm just like, no, I'm fine.
You
Yeah.
were always ready to be the one that others
Yeah,
follow. Do you know what I
definitely,
mean?
Doing so would demonstrate weakness, which is absolutely unacceptable in their books.
Accurate.
As a result, they can be seen as highly ambitious yet intimidating by peers. Yeah, sometimes.
That's fair.
Their confidence and stamina lifts them to new heights, with each failure serving as a kick for more effort.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anytime you have screwed up, you have come back 7 times harder and ready to fight the fight to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At unhealthy levels, challengers can become tyrannical and intimidating, scaring off others at a first glance.
Ooh,
I
girl.
don't think at a first glance. I think once you talk a little bit,
Yeah.
then they like.
The thing is, I don't think anyone really gets Charlie as heated as her sister does.
Yeah.
And
Oh
I
my
feel like
God.
we never see your arguments. I feel like if we were to ask your sister,
Yeah.
she would say that that's very
Yeah.
accurate. I think it's just because you like us too much to really get that angry
Oh my
at us.
gosh. They've become addicted to the pursuit of power and will destroy anything blocking their way with fury.
See, for you, I don't think it's the pursuit of power.
no,
I think it's the
no.
pursuit of your goals.
Yeah,
Success.
If someone gets it's like you. Charlie wants to be a professional contortionist one day.
Yeah.
And we had an acrobatic trio that we were doing last year, and Charlie got so angry
Yeah.
because it wasn't going well because the other 2 members weren't really practicing
Yeah.
the way they should have been. She got so angry, she frog hopped them in here when
Yeah.
I wasn't here, and she made them practice for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
I
you were
ran
just
it
like
6 times.
You were just like, we're gonna go until it's right, not until you get it right once, but until we do this right.
Yep.
Like that was so accurate.
I made
to
them
you.
do it once, and I was like, whoa, so that's obvious that they're watching me.
Yep.
So then I made them do it twice. I did it with one of them, I did it with the other one. I made them do it with me, and then I made them do it by themselves. Oh my god, it was a big thing.
And I feel like that's very accurate to you, where it says they become addicted to the pursuit of power. I feel like is maybe a little inaccurate.
Yeah.
But they will destroy anything blocking their way with fury. Like you were ready to rip them to shreds and
Yep.
rebuild them. Do you know what I mean?
Literally looked up and said, hey, our trio looks like ass. We need to fix it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep. Like that was so accurate to you. Let's see here. The feelings and emotions of others may become insignificant as they become blindfolded to the softer side of the human psyche. When their delusions of power get out of hand, challengers become stone cold and take an antagonistic stand to anyone who dares to question them and their motives. I don't really see that for you.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just because we don't normally see you at unhealthy levels very often.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that I've seen you sometimes, if we're practicing something and we need to get it right, if someone's like, well, I just feel this about it, you could be like, yeah, but maybe we don't care about that.
Yeah.
Maybe
That
we
is
need
true.
to practice.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's not that you completely ignore it. It's just
Yeah.
that you take a slightly harder stance
Yeah.
towards it. They may use empty threats to regain power over others and turn existing relationships into tests where one can only pass or fail. Do you feel like you do that?
Depends who it is, but yeah.
Ooh. Others may turn their backs on challengers who will reason that they are better off working alone. In the end, they may force themselves into loneliness. Because I know one of the members of the trio ended up dropping this year, and I personally still love her deeply.
Yeah.
And I know that you still love her
Yeah,
deeply,
of
but
course.
there's a lot of bitterness in you.
It's anger. It's,
Because I feel like this is very accurate where it says here that others may turn their back, but you reason that, well, we're better off without her anyway. Do you feel like you take that stance with Kay?
It's not that we're better off without her. I just think it's really unfair for her to do that, and I think we'll find better things without her. But we're not better off without her. Do you know what I mean?
Very similar phrasing, but slightly different. So that's interesting. Do you feel like that was accurate to you, Charlie?
Yes, very. I felt so called out.
I feel like, that was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Abby, I'm excited for yours.
I'm not excited for
I
mine.
was so excited for yours.
It was interesting, though, because I know that I was very close in between type 6 and type 8. They are very similar looking at my pie chart here. So it's interesting because there were some things in the Challenger that I saw within myself, too.
Yeah.
So
almost everything, I'd say.
So I'm interested to see whether I agree with the Enneagram personality test, whether I am a type 6, sure, or whether I do feel like I fit more into type 8, because I feel like that was very close. So I'm kind of scared.
Okay.
Ugh.
Defining characteristics for Enneagram Type 6.
Oh, this is the skeptic, by the way.
Yeah.
Strong identification with a social group.
Yep.
I think you're carved out.
I identify with the dance group very strong.
Organized and well-liked.
I may disagree with this because, again, it's organized chaos for me.
Yeah.
You're not
I
organized.
think you're well-liked.
No.
I think you're well-liked, but there's, those odd people who,
You're well-liked within your groups.
Yeah, definitely.
I believe.
And the thing is, I think most average people, when they meet me, may like me. It's when here's the thing. I have layers. Ogres are like layers, okay?
Ogres?
And, my father is Shrek, after all. We know this. I am a small mermaid with legs. We all know Shrek is my father. So ogres have layers. I have layers. The top layer, you will see people will probably like me just at face value. Middle layer, you're going to dislike me because you start to see my real personality come out a little bit, and you're like, oh my god, she's kind of overbearing, she's this, she's that, she's the other, she's kind of weird.
But layer is still here.
But when you get very, very close to me, that even deeper layer is even more sort of, I don't want to say that people are drawn into that, but my very caring side, like my self-sacrificial side and everything else comes out, my loyal side comes out. I think it's just when people start to pass from one layer to the other, they sometimes get stuck in the second layer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like when you first meet me, I'm funny, I'm great. It's when you get to the second layer that there's a problem.
The hell breaks loose.
Hell breaks loose.
I see some of this for you, but not others. Good at managing finances.
I hoard money. I am like Scrooge McDuck. I don't like spending money on anything.
Excellent team player.
Everything is about a group.
Yeah.
There is no I in team. And ultimately, even if you're a soloist, I've always threatened my girls that if they're not doing well in a group, I will pull their solo first.
Yeah.
Because if they can't dance well in a group, they ain't doing a solo.
Belongs to a tight-knit group of friends.
Very accurate.
Yeah.
Small
we are
circle,
tight-knit.
but tight circle.
Yeah. Clear communicators.
Yeah.
I think you are.
I feel like I do communicate. Sometimes my social anxiety gets in the way, but I feel like when I do communicate, it's fairly clear
when
what
you're
I want.
comfortable with people, you are very good at saying what you feel and how you feel.
It's because although the bleeding is internal, the whole I don't quite have the giant hole in my head that you have.
I don't think you do it as bluntly as I would do it, but you just kind of say, like, oh, sorry,
I have different ways of phrasing
Yeah.
it to be subtle, but yes, I can communicate.
Yeah.
Detail-oriented and precise. Yes. Very much so.
You should see her editing music.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Editing music, creating choreography.
We sit here for like an hour and she's like, it's not right.
It's not right yet. It's not right yet.
Our like whenever you see us doing something, like you'll be like, okay, do it like this, and then we'll do it like that, and then you'll be like, it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Something very small. I think it's the way your wrist is moving.
I think it's the way you're breathing.
I think that finger though.
Actually, I have told you that before, Charlie, where she's been doing tricks. I'm like, Charlie, I think it's the way you're breathing. I think you need to breathe slower and you need to breathe like a little more shallowly so that it like doesn't adjust you as much. Like literally, I notice tiny things. Like the tiny details make up the bigger picture. I am a pointillism person.
Definitely.
Where it's a whole bunch of tiny dots that make up a big picture. A lot of people might go, oh, it's easier to just use wide strokes. And I'm like, no.
You need to go.
The beauty is in the details.
Yes.
Pointillism.
What is the type 6 like? 6s are dedicated and responsible individuals who are keen on belonging to a social group and finding their fit in the world.
Yes.
I don't know that I would fully agree with that. I think I'm not worried about finding my fit. I made my own
That's
fit.
what I was going to say. Yeah.
I'm not worried about finding a group to belong to.
No.
If I can't find what I want, I will make it for myself.
Yeah. They can either be phobic or counterphobic, which deals with their nervous energy and how it presents itself to the outer world.
This makes sense because I am terrified of almost everything.
Yeah.
I've told people before, I sometimes feel like I have two somewhat different personalities. My personality as an individual person, I am quite anxious and very shy. But when it comes to me teaching dance, like I am a completely different person.
Yeah,
I am like King Henry VIII. I will command and demand as I see fit.
Maybe these both parts will be true too. Oh, then. Ooh, exciting. Here's how to tell the two apart. Phobic sixes deliberately move away from the sources of fear and tend to fly under the radar. They're open and expressive about their vulnerabilities and weaknesses, so others can understand their situation and line of thought. This is their prime defense mechanism to avoid being manipulated.
Okay, I'm trying to think here in my personal life.
I don't think
Maybe I do tend to fly under the radar a little bit.
but you don't have like a defense mechanism to avoid being, like, you know what I mean?
That's not always true. There are times that I get very anxious. Sometimes I will go without answering emails or messages because I would just rather avoid the situation. So I feel like in my personal life, that may be a little bit more true.
I think the only thing here that really rings true is even just the portion others can understand their situation line of thought. You explain everything to the T.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, even if I ask you, like, a very, like, yes or no question, it'll be yes, because this, and then an essay of reasoning.
Whenever me and Ali are like hurt in some way, you'll ask us how we're feeling. We'll be I don't know, we're feeling. You're the type of person to be like, I'm feeling this and this and a little bit of that. I just don't know why, and I think it's because of this. Me and Ali just don't know.
Yeah.
And deep self-reflection.
Yeah.
Deep thinky.
Deep thinky. The counterphobic sixes, on the other hand, possess a high-strung, irrational fear of fear itself, which may paradoxically translate into rule breaking. They try to keep up the image of being I can't talk. They try to keep up an image of independence on the surface, a tough exterior to shield the persistent internal uncertainty. Oh, Jesus.
I feel like that is very accurate to my teacher persona.
Yeah.
Because my teacher persona is extremely brave.
Yeah.
My teacher persona is not afraid of controversy, is not afraid to state how things are and how things should be. And a lot of that is to hide the fact that I am sometimes nervous. I am extremely self-critical.
Yeah.
And so I think to some extent, a lot of people looking at my work on stage would be like, oh, she's not afraid to go there. Like, she will go the full mile. And the thing is that I will. But I will be doubting myself the entire way along, but I won't let anybody know it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is a little bit more accurate.
Yeah, I think so too. What are the sixes' core values? Security, commitment, and a sense of connectedness with the group are what drive a six's actions. I think that's very true.
Yeah.
Maybe not security, but commitment and connectedness, I think so.
Yes.
I feel like if you're not connected to all of us being the dance girls, you can feel kind of lost.
My life isn't complete unless I have that connection with you guys.
Yeah. They stand strong by the people in their lives who have earned a spot in their hearts. Yeah, it's very true. Seeking safety, sixes value those who can reassure them of their importance and connection. I think even though I don't think you see that for yourself, I see that for you. Sometimes you need to be told that you're important.
Yeah.
I think. And that we love you.
Yeah.
I guess that can be fair. I don't look for that from a majority of people. And I don't think I really seek it, but I think sometimes I do need to hear it, and I think I do hear it from the few people that I choose to keep
forget
close.
how important you are.
And I have to wonder if that's maybe the reason I keep, you two especially so close to me, because for those of you who don't know, I have a bit of a turbulent family life, so I don't talk to a majority of my family. So I find it very interesting that I do kind of look to surround myself with people who. And, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I do look for security, because one of the biggest things I always look for is loyalty.
Yeah.
What is loyalty if not an assurance of security?
Yeah, dependentness,
Knowing that I can depend that people will be there, because that's what loyalty is. So maybe this is more true than I'm giving it credit for.
Yeah. Because I think this is deep thinky for you.
This is deep thinky. I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to figure out if this is actually relevant to me or not.
Yeah.
And I can't tell. I'm like sitting halfway in between.
Yeah. Trust is the most important value for sixes. Do you think that's the most important for you? Trust?
Loyalty and stuff like that.
And this is the thing, is that trust is such a wide thing to say.
Yeah.
But I think ultimately, yes, because trust is loyalty in a way. Trust is knowing that you will be there, is knowing that you will do what I need you to do, knowing that you will back me up if I need the help. That's trust. And I feel like, how many times have I said every relationship is built on a foundation of trust? Yeah. So I would say that that's accurate, actually.
I feel like as soon as you personally decide that you can't trust someone, they're they're gone. I feel like sometimes. Unless they get a couple of chances.
Yeah.
The thing is that I am
I think
not...
it depends how much you love the person.
Yeah.
I am not always very forgiving.
No.
But if you are close to me, I will seek reasons to forgive you. Because I know you two are not very close with S, who left us. I would not say that I am close to her, but I have told her before that my arms and my heart are always open. Yeah. So again, once you have made your way into my heart, it's very rare for me to kick you out.
Yeah.
It's just something I'm not really capable of doing. But again, I think once trust is lost, things are always a little bit different because I will always question and doubt, even though I open my arms again. Yeah. So,
with all the time they spend thinking up a flurry of hypothetical scenarios.
This is accurate.
Knowing someone has their back is extraordinarily compromising.
It is one of the few things in my life that I look for.
Yeah. They seek peace within themselves, although this initially proves to be a challenge. True.
Yeah. Yes.
I am not a peaceful person internally.
No. Through trial and error, 6s slowly build trust and confidence over time to effectively tackle any situation.
I would say that that's fairly accurate.
Yeah. How can I recognize a type 6? How do we recognize you, Abby? Oh.
By the way you walk and the way you strut.
The way the anger radiates off of me as I walk into a room.
I don't know if I find this true. Unassuming and tolerant, 6s blend into the social sphere seamlessly and are always willing to support their loved ones. Jeez, I'm bleeding.
Supporting your loved ones, me and Aaliyah, but...
Well, I think some of the trouble is that you guys don't even really see me outside of a dance context. Like, I don't know. It says that they blend, into the social...
social sphere?
Yeah, it says that I blend in seamlessly, and I feel like to some extent I do blend in seamlessly.
I think that's for other places and not where we live.
Like at fancy places.
Yeah, because you're a fancy person.
And I guess that's fair. I mean, when I think about it, I've never been to a lot of, if I said house parties and everything, I feel like I would not fit in at a house party here in Gotham City.
Oh, no, you would not.
I would not fit in at all. I would be horrified.
You'd be, sitting in the corner with your legs, glued together.
As someone who has gone to a couple of, I don't want to say shady, normal, teenage parties.
Yeah.
Nope, that's not your vibe.
I guess maybe it's because the only places I go, I go to our Royal Ballet all the time.
Yeah,
and
you blend in there.
Yeah. I go to a lot of the high end, I go to a lot of the galas and galleries and everything. So I feel like I find places where I naturally fit in. Yeah. So I feel like when it says that I blend into the social sphere seamlessly, I feel like it's because I put myself in situations. When we go to a dance competition, I blend in there like everybody else. You know what I mean? I put myself in situations so that I do blend in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think in other places you would.
I think the city itself, no, but in places in the city,
well, the trouble is I don't blend in with Gotham City. I went to New York a couple of years ago. It makes me so sad that I have to say it was a couple years ago at this point, but in New York, I felt like one of thousands.
Yeah.
Here, I feel like an outlier. Yeah. I feel like just, I am a distinct individual. Not that that's a bad thing, but I feel like I'm an individual in a way that...
you don't belong here.
I look suspicious.
Yeah.
I don't...
you do look suspicious.
I look and I act like I came from some high-class society, like House on the Hill sort of thing, I don't act like your typical Gotham City loner.
What do you look like? You look like someone who went from really rich, super rich, to getting that all taken away and having to live here because you were forced to.
You're like,
ouch.
You're like wealthy white.
So instead of being like a rags to riches story, I'm a riches to rags story.
Yes, that's what you look like. But
Cinderella got kicked out of the palace. Okay, guys, send me your money. Donate to our Patreon. It's I need your money.
One of the normal people here, the normal lower. I can say this because we are, but lower income, lower class people would walk up to you at the bus stop, probably one of the girls that live here, and be like, "Who do you think you are?" Without even talking to you.
Yeah, probably. And I would just be like, "What are you talking about?" That's just the way I come off.
You'd take out your headphones.
What?
Pardon me?
Pardon?
Oh my God! You get punched in the face.
Yeah. I definitely. I don't think it's that sort of riches to rags story. I think it's more just I am one of those people who was born with a lot of ambition, and I think I surround myself because I value high culture and things like that. And I think that has just permeated my personality now. And it's just always with me.
Yeah.
So it makes things a little difficult. But
they're great at keeping secrets and take privacy very seriously. I think so.
I think you're really good at keeping
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think you've ever shared my secret without either asking or telling me to do it myself.
Yeah.
This is very true. And once again, I do take my privacy very seriously. You two know a lot about me, but if you were to ask any of the other girls,
they don't.
They would have no idea what goes on in my noggin.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say privacy is something that I do take very seriously.
At work, sixes are the employees that stick around and do overtime with ease to support the organization and keep tasks running smoothly.
She will finish at 8 o'clock and she'll stay here till like 10:30.
Yeah.
Like, she would stay here all night if she could.
And the trouble is that even when I go home, I'm usually still working on stuff. It's nothing for me to be working on until 1:30 or 2:30 in the morning on cutting music, doing costuming, redoing routines, writing out notes. Like
you are a workaholic.
Yes,
yeah,
I value my work.
And when you do sleep, you have like this branch in your apartment and you hang upside down and sleep.
Like a bat.
So I'm literally just a bat now. Like I hang upside down. Okay, well, all right.
Sixes actively seek reassurance for their actions and can smell potential issues from miles away. Yeah.
This is it. What's that smell? I smell trouble.
Victory. It's either trouble or victory.
It's either trouble or victory coming my way.
If I'm feeling bad, I can say one word to you and you'll be like, what's wrong with you? There's something wrong.
It's like the stench of issues like waft up to my face and I'm like, I need to solve that before it gets worse.
The smell gets worse.
I can smell the stink of your problems from here.
You stink so bad I can smell it.
Or like a problem could come up and you're going to be like, yeah, I saw that kicking around.
Yeah.
I expected
that.
that.
I saw it coming. I was waiting for you.
Yeah.
How many times have I said that?
Oh my God.
I was waiting for you to come and talk to me
I'll
about that.
Make it like a big problem to like Abby. Like, I just really need to talk to you about something, and I'll tell her, and she'll be like, oh yeah, I know.
I've been waiting,
and I'm
like, I've been waiting for you to be ready to talk to me about that. So yeah, I feel like I normally know about issues that are bugging people before they even know that it's bugging them. And the thing for me is because I value privacy, unless I really think it's a big deal, I won't approach you with it. I will wait for you to come to me.
Like even if you're not even close to the person, you can tell.
I was, because I know we had one of our students, Jay, who was very stressed out because she wanted to drop her solo for this year because she was doing a hip hop solo, but at the last minute, just things with C19 and everything just weren't working out. And she was so afraid to come and talk to me, and yet I have been sitting on this knowledge for 2 or 3 weeks, and I have just been waiting for her to approach me, and she did the other night, which is why I'm mentioning it. But
I've been waiting for you to tell me about that.
I even told her that. I was like, I was waiting for you to come and talk to me about this. Yeah, I was waiting.
They probably have accumulated a mental compilation of troubleshooting guides for scenarios experienced in the past. Yep.
If this, then that. If this, then that.
I've been the guinea pig for a lot of
Oh, you are absolutely my guinea pig.
When a student hits the wall. Do this and then do that.
Yeah.
Do this and then do that.
If we see a breakdown coming, how do we respond?
Either shake a shiny toy in front of it and distract it.
You shake the rattle a little bit, jangle the keys.
If you probably did that to me while I'm crying, I'd probably laugh at it, honestly. That sounds cute.
It's shiny.
That sounds cute.
That's literally me. This helps them feel in control of potentially risky situations if they come across any of them again.
And there's the key word right there, control.
Yeah.
I am a control freak. I like being in control of situations. I like knowing when things are going to go wrong. I like knowing that I have solutions to fix them because I like things to be controlled in my favor.
I think you've gotten a lot better with that over the years. Like, you used to be really frazzled by the situations with the parents especially, and now you're more like a bomb diffuser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's just like, you know what, I'm going to get ahead of this, I'm going to shut it down, and I'm going to do this, 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 and this. Yeah. And a lot of people would look at me and be like, Abby, why are you making all these decisions? And it's just like, no, I know what I need to do.
Because you've seen where they can go.
Exactly. It's just like, no. There are times that I know, no, you know what, sometimes with parents, I say that they are like children, and sometimes, with young babies, sometimes you just need to let them cry it out.
Yeah.
There are other times that you can see a toddler running around with a pair of scissors, and you need to take the scissors away.
Yeah.
That's how I view my dance parents. Sometimes they just need to cry it out, and they'll get over it, and other times I need to take the scissors away.
Yeah. What are the sixes like under different levels of health? At healthy levels, 6s are caring, generous, and thoughtful team players who move colleagues and friends forward in a positive direction. I think so. Sometimes.
I think you're carrying.
Ouch.
And
Sometimes.
no.
Ouch.
Like,
Maybe it's just because I'm never at healthy levels.
oh my god.
I think
You're more at average and unhealthy.
No, I'm not really at unhealthy, let's be real.
I think at sometimes, like, if you're at, like, a job, like, not even a dance job, but, like, a regular job, and you don't like the way someone's doing, or if someone's rude to you, and you know that they're doing something wrong, I think you'll go to management and be like, I was just wondering, is this the correct way to do it? Because I saw this person doing it.
I don't think you'll call them out. I think bring it up.
I would actually disagree with that. I used to work as a waitress, and much more, it was one of those things, I go even a level deeper on the manipulation scale. Instead of going to management and being like, oh, is this the way we need to do it? I see that it's wrong, and I will go and purposely fix it.
Yeah.
So that if a customer or something comes up and says, oh, yeah, thank goodness that other girl was there to fix my problems, and I say nothing.
Yeah.
It's literally just, this isn't right, I'm going over to fix it, and the management is sitting there going, oh, there was a problem and someone else had to fix it. Why didn't you know that there was a problem? Like, that's my style. Oh. So, again, it's not to go, I am a generous and thoughtful team player. Yeah. When I like the person, I will always cover for them. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, if I like you, I'm like, you know what? I went over and I did this, this, and this, and don't say anything. Don't do anything. Just, this is what I did.
Yeah.
Done.
Yep.
If I don't like you, I will still do that. But if I will not stop management from finding out. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a huge difference. In one way, I will hide it, and in the other way, I will do the exact same actions, but I won't hide it. If someone asks me, I'll tell the truth.
Yeah.
Whereas if I like you and management says, oh, did you do this? It's like, oh, no, you must have heard wrong. Like, do you know what I mean? So, again, it's not that I'll throw anyone under the bus. It's just rather I won't lie to cover up for them.
Yeah. They're valuable and hardworking employees who take great pride in serving an organization and will make every effort to hone their skills.
Yes.
I think so.
I take great pride in my work ethic. And honestly, whenever I think about this, I think about it, again, in dance context, because that's what I do a majority of the time. And, you know,
even then, like, whatever
saying that I take
doing,
great pride in serving the organization, the studio is my pride and joy.
Yeah. During times of stress, they know how to handle and diffuse the nerves with finesse.
I am getting better at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And I think this is the difficult part, because the more I'm reading this, I'm like, I can see this for me, but I feel like I'm just never at quote-unquote healthy levels. So this is interesting. I see where I could get better.
Yeah.
If only I was a little healthier, apparently.
They develop secure attachment styles and easily trust others.
No. Inaccurate.
Yeah.
I do not trust easily.
No way.
I will be very friendly and cordial with you.
Yeah.
But I will not trust you.
Yeah.
Trust is something that is earned over a long period of time.
You won't even tell them something, like, at all.
No. I keep everything close to my chest.
Through their patience and courage, 6s can learn to accept their independence and express themselves freely in the world.
This is true.
Yeah. I think so.
I do self-express quite a bit.
Yeah. At their best, 6s are able to let go of their worries and focus on matters they can change in the present moment.
This is completely inaccurate, 100% in the other direction. I cannot let go of anything. It is a huge character flaw of mine. I can't let go of anything. I will endlessly worry, endlessly overthink. So that is extremely inaccurate.
Maybe you'll grow into that one day, though.
Yeah.
Maybe I have something to look forward to.
Yeah. Not all suffering.
Everything has to be suffering.
Everything has to be suffering. I am the suffering artist. It's where my muse comes from. It's where all my best ideas come from.
At average level, 6s are mentally acute, yet highly skeptical, and seek security and group approval for their actions.
I don't look for group approval. No. Mentally acute and highly skeptical, always.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my personality.
They become aware of their shortcomings, and their self-esteem may fluctuate from time to time. Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah.
Very. When there's a disconnect between...
Are you good? I think there is a disconnect between your mouth and your
brain. My brain just said stop.
Unplugged it.
I think we just saw like the socket get like unplugged. It's just like
I'm like a robot that froze. A robot. Okay, let's try this again. When there's a disconnect between I can do it.
Your brain reads the word disconnect, and it just automatically disconnects for itself.
When there's a disconnect between their position and the group, 6s become Motherfucker. Nice to meet you.
Why are you shaking? the table just grabbed my hand and started shaking it for some reason.
Okay, we're gonna try this all again. Guys, believe in me.
I believe in you, Leah.
The hole in your head, do you see the smoke coming out? I'm a little bit concerned about the cob. I think they need some oil.
Believe in me. I do believe in fairies.
I do believe in fairies.
When there's a disconnect between their position and the group, sixes become noticeably agitated and nervous.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, but people don't do anything about it.
Actually, this is more accurate than you realize because, again, I am almost always here. During C19, when we had to shut down, anyone that was close to me could tell you I had a much shorter temper than usual, and that's saying something for me because I always have a short temper. I'm a very passionate person. I get fired up very easily. And redhead, ha, 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 thank you. But no, I would definitely agree that when there is a disconnect between me and you guys and the dance group, like I get very agitated.
Yeah, I think so. To prevent disappointment, sixes may mentally prepare themselves with the worst case scenario before carrying out a task. Yes.
This is insanely true, as I have told my mother before. There's a phrase that says, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Yeah. I prepare for the worst.
All the time.
And I also don't hope for the best because I don't like getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
So I just prepare for the worst, period. That's it.
I feel like it's like the situation with, let's call him T.
Oh, yeah. Good old T there.
Like, how many people have said, like, yeah, like, you guys are going to be married and everything. You guys are so perfect with each other. And you said, no.
Yeah, it was one of those things where a lot of people... Okay, so just a really quick background on this, because I don't want to get into it too much, but T and I were elementary school kids. We married each other twice on the playground, if that tells you anything. But... Yeah, he came back into my life a while ago, and everyone was teasing me, going, oh, you're going to get married again, and yada, yada, yada. Oh, haha, you've already married each other twice. And anytime anyone would say that, I would just look up and go, no.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he is now nowhere to be seen. Yep. He, I was teasing the girls in the group chat the other night, because you know how we love musicals so much, and, Divorced, Beheaded, Died. And I guess Aaliyah looked over at me and she was like, Abby, you're literally Henry VIII. And I was like, well, he's just one of the many that didn't survive. Yep. So, yeah, I would absolutely say worst case scenarios. Everyone would look at me and say, oh, this is a positive thing. And I'll go, no. It's the negative. Yeah. Wait for it.
It's coming.
Yeah. It's coming. The negative is coming.
They have a tendency to overanalyze messages or information as it comes in, which further fuels their anxiety and leads to mixed signals. Yes. I've seen you.
Overthinker.
I've seen you.
You'll look at me and be like, Abby's not that big a deal. And I'm like, no, you don't understand.
You'll
they are planning to usurp my place in the Imperial Palace. This is my mentality.
I think that's the hard part. Whenever you analyze stuff, and
everything is a scheme to me.
Yeah.
Everything is
a scheme.
Yeah. Everything is a scheme to me. Everybody always has ulterior motives, and the amount of time that I spend stomping around in here in our recording space. Or in the studio, the amount of time I spend stomping around going, what's their angle? What are they trying to do? Why are they doing this? Yeah. What do they want? What are they doing?
Someone will give you something and you'll be like, okay, but what do I have to do in return? Like, what's the catch?
What's the catch?
The time.
Yeah, it's like, oh, Abby, can't I just do something nice for you? And I'm like, no, what do you want? Yeah. You always want something. And the other thing, I don't like owing anyone anything. So I'm like, no, what do you want?
Yeah.
This confuses others, so the whole thing winds up being a vicious cycle of worry.
Yep.
Yeah. This is fairly accurate.
I think that's... you. Vicious cycle of worry.
Vicious cycle of worry.
Vicious.
The question is, it says that this confuses others. Do I confuse you guys? I feel like because I am so honest about what I'm thinking and feeling.
I don't think you confuse us. I think we know, but you confuse others.
Maybe.
So just say with the dance girls, you'll be really stressed out about a dance, but you won't necessarily show them. Oh, Abby will figure it out. Abby's not that worried, which confuses them when you're like, yeah, I'm really worried about this, and I just hope that they're like, oh.
I think even more than that, when it says it confuses others, I'm wondering if it's just literally people may not understand my motives and they may not understand where I'm coming from. They're like, well, why is Abby doing that? Why is Abby changing this group dance? Or why is Abby changing the lead in the group dance? And it's just like, I know because I'm reading everybody else's motives. Yeah. So mine are always changing. Yeah. So I feel like that's maybe where confusion comes in.
Okay. Are you ready, Abby?
At unhealthy levels, I'm getting ready to be officially roasted and toasted because I feel like if anything else, this will be very accurate to me because I feel like you two are very healthy most of the time. I feel like I am definitely at unhealthy levels most of the time, so I feel like this is going to be the truest thing I've ever spoken.
Hiding it though. So it's good.
From other people.
It's because I am good at hiding it from other people.
Yeah. At unhealthy levels, 6s become extremely paranoid and suspicious of everything and everyone in their path.
Yep,
Yes.
yep.
Yes.
That laugh tells you everything, guys.
Oh, the
Jeez.
pain. Oh, it hurts.
The lovely first sentence.
Yeah.
First sentence just hit me in the heart. Oh, God.
It's true.
It's true.
They're prone to developing anxiety due to their hypervigilance to any impending, real or imagined sources of harm.
Ow.
It won't even be real, and she'll be like, it's gonna happen, it's here. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, Abby,
The
it's
amount
not.
of time I spent going, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I think we've figured out why the healthy and like average levels are untrue because I'm constantly at an unhealthy level. I think we've discovered the problem.
Oh my gosh. As a result, false memories may form and they may start to suspect others are trying to fool them when they've become masters at fooling themselves.
Excuse me.
Amazing.
I feel like that is actually a little bit incorrect because I am very careful. I feel like I don't get false memories. I remember to a T exactly what people have said, and it's not that I become a master at fooling myself. You know as much as I've said, if you can't be honest with yourself, what are you doing? So I feel like that may be a little bit inaccurate, but again. It is that constant cycle of worry. Yeah. And it's the whole suspecting others are trying to fool them. Always, because people almost always are. I trust no one.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like.
When events go out of the frying pan and into the fire, 6s can develop overwhelming and debilitating anxiety from the illusion of constant danger.
It's not an illusion if it's real, you know.
Yeah.
I love that. This causes them to psychologically latch and cling onto a protective figure in their lives in order to get through each day. Not really.
Also called codependency. I would completely disagree with that. If I am suffering mentally,
You withdraw.
I withdraw. I completely cut everybody off until I can solve the situation for myself. I don't look for a protector. I become a wall.
Like even
I shield myself and I protect myself. I don't look for someone else to do it for me because I don't trust anyone.
Yeah, I think that's part of the challenger in you. Yeah. The independence.
Yeah. Yeah.
When exasperated and fed up, 6s will project their insecurities onto others and claim they've done something when it was all brewed up and imagined from the beginning. I don't think so.
No, I will never accuse anyone of anything unless it is 100% true and honest.
Yeah.
I find this very interesting because I think I was like a 98% match for this? I find this very interesting because half of it I agree to and half of it I really don't.
Yeah.
I find this very
50 for Challenger and this.
I think it's because my anxiety levels very much fit with a lot of this stuff, but a lot of the positives and everything, I would not attribute to myself. I feel like I did fit the Challenger maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I find it interesting that
I think the unhealthy side of this part was definitely you.
I find it interesting because I don't know what to think because I feel like yours were so accurate and yet I feel like mine wasn't. So now being the skeptic, I'm sitting here thinking, was I fooling myself? Did I answer incorrectly? Was I not honest enough? And so I got bad results.
It's hard to read
I think you're a complicated person.
Like not in a bad way.
Just in a general way.
Yeah.
You just have a lot of layers that affect different
I'm
things.
an ogre. I have a lot of layers.
Why can't you say ogre? Why can't you say cake? Cakes are more pleasant.
And you're like,
all right, donkey, calm down.
You're like a tree that branches. You have anxiety in situations, and you have all of these actions that you can take. You know what I mean?
If I had to give myself anything, it would be the planner. And I feel like that is some of what is in here. I feel like the biggest thing, it keeps talking about security and everything. And security is not my thing. It's control. Yeah. Although it does mention truth as well. And that's a huge thing. Yeah. And again, it's saying, oh, you feel these things, and I'm like, yes, that part's accurate. But when it's like, oh, this is how you deal with it, it's like, no, that's completely inaccurate.
Well, it's like your personality superpower was a risk assessment.
And I think that's the trouble here is that this very much got caught on my risk assessment factor, and it did not take into account a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was inaccurate for me.
Okay. Yeah.
How do you two feel about yours?
I think mine was like called me out, and
I think mine was like maybe slightly less accurate than yours, but still very accurate.
Yeah. I think there's like one thing that I kind of disagreed with.
Now I don't know what to think.
Why?
Just because mine was so high on the skeptic, and now I'm just left sitting here, and I'm like, why do I feel like it's so inaccurate? Because now I'm questioning myself. See, this is where it comes in. Now I'm questioning myself, like, was I not honest enough? Or is this just wrong?
Well,
nothing's infallible, but
there's only 9 types, and there's not 9 types of people.
Yeah.
This is very true. So, I don't know. If you guys have taken the Enneagram test, what were your results? Did you think that they were accurate to you? And I guess it's even like reading a horoscope, right? Where sometimes you agree with it, sometimes you don't. So I was a little disappointed by this. I feel like it was very accurate for you two.
Yeah. Speaking of horoscopes, you know what's funny?
What?
How we're both Libras and yet we're so different.
This is very, maybe that's something we'll get into at another point.
Later.
But I would love to take another type of personality test.
We should do Myers-Briggs next, because that has 16 types.
I've done Myers-Briggs before, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll do that one next and see if that's a little more accurate, because it gives more options and everything.
More options.
So again, if you've taken the test, let us know what you are. Let us know if you thought that the results were accurate, and who knows, maybe I'm just lying to myself.
Maybe you're one of us.
Maybe I'm just creating a bunch of problems that I can't see, and so it's talking about illusions, and so
Master of fooling yourself.
Master of fooling myself. Maybe I fooled myself. Maybe this is more accurate than I want to know. But that's all for this episode. This bonus episode is now officially like double the length of a regular episode. So we love you. We hope you appreciate us, and we will see you in the next episode.
Yeah, take it gay by gay, guys.
Bye.